Before I show you how to close more sales than you're closing right now for sure, once again, I am going to ask for your help. If you could please leave a comment below answering 2 questions. Why do you watch our channel, and what can I do or maybe change so that you'll want to watch more? In the insurance industry, it is easy to fall into the average trap. And when I say average trap, I mean like doing the same activities over and over again that really don't produce more than what I want to refer to as an average amount of sales or production. So what's wrong with being average? Well, currently the average, and I want to say successful insurance agent only makes around $50,000 each year. The same median income as pretty much everybody else. Unfortunately, the average person usually ends up living on a fixed income, and the next thing you know, they're retired and they're filling out these direct mail lead cards, and then one of our lovely final expense agents ends up knocking on their door. Is that what you want? No way, Jose, not me. And guys, not to come off as pushy, but are you gonna crush that like button or what? Believe it or not, I know how easy it is to become, well, complacent and fall into the average trap. Now, if you really want more, then maybe you should ask yourself these 3 questions. 1, am I doing everything I can to maximize and get the most out of my insurance business? 2, am I following a system that has been tested and proven to work by multiple agents? And 3, am I cutting corners, or am I truly doing everything I can to at least close a minimum of 6 to 8 sales every single week? And no, it does not matter if you're selling, life insurance or final expense or even Medicare Advantage. And guys, if you'd like to get a copy of the Last Will and Testament, along with the Living Will kits that I leave with pretty much everybody that I sell, stick around to the end of the video and I'm going to show you how to get both of these suckers for yourself. I got you, dog. Oh yeah. Here's 8 important tips on how to close more sales. First, if you're not on some type of a weekly leads program, not only are you cutting corners, but you may be neglecting your business. People cut corners in a lot of ways, and it's crazy. They don't even realize it. They don't deliver their insurance policies. Big fail. They don't like to follow up with their clients. That's just not cool. And these are just examples of ways to increase your sales without even doing anything outside the realm of our business, outside of the norm of what you should be doing. Try doing things different than what the average agent does. Second, here's something pretty cool that I got from my buddy Ruben Trejo. Put your clients in a CRM if you haven't already done this, and on their birthday, give them a call and let them know that you want to stop by. Bring them a big fat Snickers bar and wish them a happy birthday. And while you're there, do a review of their policy, make sure they've got everything figured out and they understand everything real clearly, and then remind them that back when you originally met, they wanted a higher face amount. Just do your job and help them increase their insurance, their death benefit, yo. Let's talk about working a proven sales system. And this is third. All the top agents that, I've ever worked with or even met with follow either my system or at least something very similar. They run leads each week, usually around 40 or even more. And then what they'll do is they'll increase leads to the point to where they are maxing out their time closing sales and not sitting around the house trying to figure out ways to get in front of people, which means instead of trying to sell, they're out selling, period. And fourth, what about referrals? I know what you're thinking. When you sit in front of someone that you don't sell, do you ask for referrals? I mean, you haven't sold them, you got nothing to lose. What's the deal? If not, you are absolutely walking away from business. And fifth, how about that patented Doug Massey easy cold approach? When you come out of a house, and it doesn't matter whether you sell or not, do you look around to see if there's any neighbors sitting out front or hanging around? I'm telling you guys, some of my very best sales come from me saying hi to the neighbors. Hey guys, how's it going? Great. Well, I was just helping out your neighbor over here with the state-regulated benefit plans for low-income seniors on Social Security. By any chance, are you guys receiving like Social Security, disability, or VA benefits? Wow, you are? awesome. You know, I might be able to do something really good for you and your family. Where can we sit down real quick? And yeah, if you're new, this might seem kind of strange at first, but once you've done it a few times, I'm telling you, it's easy peasy. Number 6, working the right leads. Telemarket leads are doable, sure, but look, guys, there's a reason they're dirt cheap. You want to know why? All right, I'm going to tell you. They are cheap because first, the overseas telemarket leads are usually illegal as heck, and 2, well, they're kind of crappy. There, I said it. They stink. Facebook leads are the perfect lead to work while you're waiting on your exclusive direct mail leads to start coming in. And I would even suggest maybe learning how to run your own Facebook ads so that you can work them in addition to the king of leads. Direct mail leads are absolutely the #1 type of leads that most of the highest producing agents in the world are using. It's the best lead for getting people to answer the phone on your appointment setting day, and when you door knock it, you can actually show the client the card that they filled out with their very own handwriting on it. Tip number 7, hire yourself an assistant or an appointment setter. Really, it should be an assistant / appointment setter, and increase your leads. So if you're working like 30 leads a week, work 40 leads a week. If you're working 40 leads a week, bump it up to 50 or even 60. That's exactly what I did, and that's how I wrote over $1 million in annualized premium over my very first 3, I want to say, years in the business. And when I say years, I mean calendar years. Spend the time it takes to train your assistant and teach them how to set appointments as a team member exactly the way that you do it. Make them part of your family. Bring them in. If they're not part of your family already. Now you can be out in the field making more sales than you've ever made. Meanwhile, your assistant makes your schedule and stays busy and keeps you rocking and rolling week in and week out. Here's something else that's very important. Back when I was producing the big numbers, it was normal for most producers to drive a few hours away so that we could work enough areas and therefore be able to work more leads than the average agent. And guess what, guys? This still applies today. However, I've noticed that a lot of agents seem to think that, I don't know, that they're going to be fine just working their local market. This is not a reality for our industry. And in most cases, this is a big fat fail. Gee, So that's why 3 out of 4 agents fail out of our industry within the first few months or so. And finally, tip number 8. And guys, this is your pro tip for the video. Some cities and counties are much easier to sell in than others. By traveling, you're going to find areas that are easier to sell in and that you'll most likely do better in. So don't be afraid to drop mail and order Facebook leads with the intent of finding the easiest and best places to sell in. So back when Mariana, my wife, and I worked our local market, Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, and also Miami-Dade County, we really stunk the place up. Man, those big city people were real jerks. We started dropping mail in some of the more rural areas that were, around 3 or 4 hours away from us. They weren't real close, but by doing this, we found out that Miami and Fort Lauderdale, we kind of realized that they were actually some of the hardest places in the world to sell insurance at. It was just that whole city mentality. So by switching our game plan, hitting different parts of the state, and selling in different areas instead of failing, which is what we were doing, we became super productive and started breaking all kinds of production records. For a copy of the Last Will and the Living Will kits that I mentioned earlier, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. For more information on selling final expense and or Medicare Advantage through us, just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember, guys, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, get on out there and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.